Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the very first video I'm going to create, and there will be modules after that. Some of the modules will be from your own opinion and everything. And looking back at my life, I didn't think I would reach this point, because when I was young, I was addicted to music, I was addicted to video games, I was addicted to most of the bad habits these days. And I didn't think my life would turn around to be this, because even my friends, when they see me nowadays, they're like, "You really changed." And that's the transformation I'm gonna give you. Basically, I was in secondary school. In 2023, I wanted to write the JAM, which is an exam similar to the SAT in the United States. This exam JAM is a CBT-based exam, and for some reason in our family we have this problem in this, like, fingerprints. And during the time my registration, it was in winter, and the fingerprint were peeling off. I registered with those same peels on my thumbprint, and then when it was time for my exams, I put my fingerprint. It did not scan me. I tried again, it did not work. I tried so many times, it did not work. In front of me, I saw hundreds of people pass this line, and I was still standing waiting for my turn. Every 5 people, and I would come back, I would put my fingerprint again, it did not work. And then they told me, "Don't worry," because they saw me, I looked like I would try. They told me, "Okay, do not worry about this. This is a natural problem. We would take you, don't worry, we would just put your fingerprint again." I registered a new fingerprint, and they said they would send it to the office, the JAM office, whatever. And then from that point, they would call me in 2 weeks. I should be available on my phone, and I should check my email as well. About a week later, just about 6 days later, every single day I was visiting the portal. I was checking my email as well. I had no information about me. When am I going to write my exams? And then on the 5th or 6th day, randomly I checked, and I saw the exams I was postponed. And they said the problem happened to many of us. About 100, 200 will be postponed to a different states, basically. And I had no preparation for that. It was on Friday, and exams was on Saturday. When I told my dad, and the problem came up, because at that time there was a problem with the border. You cannot move to the states, you cannot go to that state by road. You cannot do that because there was some kind of crisis happening, so they blocked the border. You cannot come by road, you have to come by air. And in that moment, I was like, I'm gonna finally, for the first time, move in a flight. And then my dad told me the flight price skyrocketed. It's just too expensive. I should wait for 1 year. I've never told this story in YouTube yet. I had to wait for an entire year to join university. And so I graduated from a secondary school on 4th of August 2023. And then 2 weeks later, I joined a madrasa. I remember during Ramadan of 2023, there was this sheikh that was reciting Quran during Tahajjud, and that was the first time in my life that I've ever left our house, basically. That was, in fact, the first time I've ever done Tahajjud in my life. Not lead, but join the Salah. So you can kind of see that the contrast was not that I grew up Islamically. I grew up like an Islamic person, like Ustaz. No, I did not grow up like that. And his voice was mesmerizing. It was so good. I felt everything. I felt the impact on me, even through my veins. And then when my friend told me he was going to join a madrasa, I was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, let's do it together." We joined 2 weeks later. After I graduated, we joined the madrasa. And little did I know my life will change forever because of this decision. And I had like a juice memorized before that. I kind of fast memorized the juice and everything. From that point to now, I've memorized over half of the Quran. And had it been I've written the jam in the first place, I would not be here. If I had the jam correctly, I would not be in this point. The Quran have helped me so many times, countless times. Even in 2024, I wanted to write the jam. That same problem kind of arise, but this time it was lesser because I was able to do the exams. I passed the exams, and I was thinking, how can I be in university while also doing health as well? And I thought it was gonna be just so massively difficult thing, but it's not. And from that point all the way to now, I've created a massive protocol, step by step, and that's what I'm gonna take you through in this program. You might be in a different situation as me, and I was privileged enough just randomly. My friend told me he was gonna join a madrasa, and instantly it just clicked for me. You might have a different story, but we are all the same. You might think that no, I'm special because like in Nigeria there's a lot of madrasas near you. There are so many things, and so I can teach you hundreds of ways to not memorize the Quran, hundreds of ways to not do the right thing. If you can trust me for this, I'm going to take you through everything. This is the first episode of my module, and if you have any questions, you can comment down below. If you have any queries, if you need an explanation of that part of the video, you can write in the comments. But other than that, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.